Welcome back to Anime Breakdown. This time we are going to be discussing episode 10 of Attack on Titan. We are going to go straight to the breakdown and also discuss some predictions and theories by briefly referencing some of the manga material. So, this is your spoiler warning for the video. This episode, titled A Sound Argument, had a very befitting name to the events of what was happening. We got discussions and future plotting being analyzed by different groups across the different time periods. Just like the last episode, AOT jumped back and forth in time as this episode trying to justify why Eren went ahead and invaded Marley on his own. A big crux of Eren's deliberation and action had to do with Historia and her future. As we saw later on, the show completely shocked fans by revealing Historia's pregnancy and what that would mean for the future of Paradis. But we'll get more into that later on. The episode picked off right where they left us last week. Man bun Eren admiring his glow up while he casually shouts, "Fight, fight," over and over again. One thing's for sure, we at Anime Breakdown are fighting the urge of making this video into a 10-minute montage of buff Eren flexing his good looks. Oh, that's the stuff. Sorry about that. Got a little carried away. Back to the breakdown. We see Hanji creep up on Eren when she tries to question his reasoning for infiltrating Marley, creeping up on Eren while he pep talks himself. This is a nod to season 3, when she caught him talking to himself as he whispered, "Attack Titan," in the same prison cell. The anime gives us one of the first hints at an internal conflict going on in Paradis, when Eren almost went all Titan on Hanji, as he gained the powers of the Warhammer Titan. A small prison cell can't contain his Titan powers anymore. As the episode progresses, we see Eren turn more and more into a villain. Who knows what he's gonna do next? The episode took us back to the year 852, which was 4 years before the current events of the show. Through Yelena and Zeke's setup, we got to see the arrival of the nation of Hizuru, the first nation to visit Paradis in nearly 100 years and one of the only nations that is not completely pissed off with Paradis. We saw Special Envoy Kiyomi Azumabito, who was previously seen in Declaration of War. Fans understood why she abruptly left the ceremony being conducted by Willy Tiber, possibly warned by the Paradis troops of the impending attack by Eren. One of the most intriguing parts of this episode was Mikasa and her connection to the nation of Hizuru. The sign that Kiyomi showcased to be the symbol of the Azumabito clan was the same sign on Mikasa's arm. As we know from the manga, this symbol had been given to Mikasa's mother, who had branded it on Mikasa's arm. But the show went a different route, having her mom teach her how to stitch the symbol instead. Through Azumabito, we learned that the Hizuru shogun was actually a friend of the Fritz family and the Eldian Empire. But his grandchild had been left behind in the confusion after the weeks of the Great Titan War. A descendant of this long-lost child is indeed Mikasa. This makes Mikasa a really powerful person back in Hizuru and explains a lot of her heritage, having a blood connection with Kiyomi Azumabito. Zeke's elaborate plan of involving Hizuru did not go down very well with Paradis. He firstly wanted to create a partial rumbling to reactivate the Titans within the walls, showing off the founding Titans' powers and therefore threaten the foreign nations and Marley, stopping them from attacking Paradis. He also wanted Paradis to cooperate and share their natural resources with Hizuru, which could help them in modernizing the nation to create a positive external outlook to the other nations. As we learned from a flashback between Zeke and Azumabito, the nation of Hizuru basically wanted to use Paradis' resources, especially the Iceburst Stone, which was used to create the gas that fueled the ODM gear. We also got a great Easter egg, where Zeke showed Azumabito the ODM gear he had stolen from Zacharias all the way back in Season 2. This meetup was very different from the manga, where Zeke stated he was always working as an Eldian restorationist. His attack on the Eldians was a ruse to protect his identity and intentions. He also stated that he had to rat out his parents to the Marleyan police because they were already very close to being caught themselves. This sacrifice allowed him to make it through the ranks and become the Marleyan's war chief and inherit Beast Titan. Izuru's greed for the resources of Paradis, as well as Zeke's plan to use Eren's powers with a titan of royal blood, caused a huge commotion. Eren straight up refused this, since he did not want Historia to sacrifice herself and inherit the Beast Titan with the 13-year death sentence of the Curse of Ymir. The troops contemplated this vicious cycle of having to pass on the Titans from generation to generation and solely relying on the Titans' powers for their survival. Paradis rejected this plea and instead developed a plan of their own, striving for peace with the other nations. But as we saw in the current day, Eren's mindset has completely changed. He is more and more giving into the theory that Historia may have to turn into a Titan herself. Over the course of the last few years, he has become absolutely ruthless, and honestly, there is no telling what he may do in the future. The new plan set in stone by Hanji involved the troops of Paradis to infiltrate Marley from within by setting up a base. Eren's hair length is actually turning out to be a convenient plot device, helping us YouTube channels identify what years the events are taking place in. The plan to inherit the Beast Titan also failed due to another huge revelation: Historia's pregnancy. This was not received very well by the military soldiers who decided to talk smack about her after polishing down some of Marley's finest wine. The soldiers revealed that the initial plan was to have Zeke eaten the second he entered Paradis. But obviously, things did not go as planned. As they started bashing the queen, we saw the return of an old comrade who came to her defense, Nile. He states that turning Historia into a Titan could hurt the baby. Another reason why the military soldiers opposed this was because they thought that this gave Zeke more time to live and hatch up a plan in the meantime. This makes us question the timing of the pregnancy. But inadvertently, it may have given Zeke some time to build up a strong backup plan with the help of Eren. One of the most interesting debates in this episode also took place between our favorite group of friends. After building the train tracks, the group deliberated on the future of Eren's attack titan. We got to see Sasha once again, thinking about food of course. As they discussed the successor to attack, everybody created a strong debate for themselves on why they should inherit the titan. Jean, although really wasn't keen on eating up Eren, did think he is a good fit as he is much more intelligent than Eren. Then Connie and Sasha played a fun game of who's dumber to eliminate themselves from the debate. Sasha in fact even said by the process of elimination, it should be me who gets an attack titan. But as we saw in episode 8, if you apply the process of elimination, it is actually only her who can't become the attack titan. Too soon? Yep, thought so. This leaves Mikasa as a potential candidate. Although her skills and expertise are better than the others, surely we can't have another one of the main trio die. Fans are going to have to witness the eventual demise of both Eren and Armin. And now, our very own Mikasa is trying to become a titan. Nope, please Isamaya, stop this from happening. Thankfully, Isamaya does convey this message through Eren. But then again, Eren saying no and being moody is his go-to mood. But this also shows Eren's love for his friends from Paradis. He refuses to give a 13-death life sentence to any one of them, despite knowing their capabilities. He wants them to live a long and happy life once this is all over. So for now, nothing is set in stone. This episode, more than any other, has posed the threat of internal conflict, the emergence of a possible civil war even, with Eren initially not wanting anyone to take over his titan since that would be a death sentence. His selfish plan of forcing the troops to come to his rescue resulted in the death of Sasha, with the episode ending with Jean and Connie's anger over Eren's selfish decision. Surely things won't be the same way they used to be. Even Mikasa and Armin did not have much to say apart from the usual contradictions to anyone who speaks against Eren. Surely, even those two know the implication of Eren's actions. But this ending does promise AOT fans for some great future storylines. Firstly, we will get to see more of the plan that was discussed between Zeke and Eren in Marley. As Hanji mentioned, Zeke once told Eren that he was going to save him, but little did Eren know the true meaning of that. Turns out Zeke did intend of saving the Eldian lineage. That is, for now. Could Zeke have revealed something to Eren that made him go completely berserk? It is possible given how little the Paradis troops knew about Eren's plan. This does make it seem like it was a very instinctive measure and that Eren had no other choice but to hurt Marley. With the introduction of the nation of Hizuru, which gave us more info into the past lineage of Mikasa, could the anime be hinting at Mikasa's fate? For now, Hizuru is out of the picture after the deal did not go as expected. But after learning about her powerful bloodline and lineage, maybe we will get to see more about this in the future. Comment down below your theories and predictions for Mikasa's possible fate. And finally, a very important question that we discussed. Who will inherit the Founding Titan? With the way things are going, I for one won't be surprised if Eren is the last person to inherit the Attack Titan. With the conclusion of this anime being set up, it is a huge possibility that Titans will be eradicated by the end of the show. Wasn't that what Eren wanted from the very beginning? Surely an end to all of this would be once the Titans are wiped out. But the real question is, how can there ever be peace in this world ever again? With Marleyans and Eldians almost having confirmed war at this point, be prepared for a lot of bloodshed ahead. However this masterpiece ends, we will be there to provide you with the latest information, so stay tuned, subscribe, and thank you for watching.